Hey guys, welcome to my Scorpion friends. My name is Angel with Ninth House Collective, and thank you guys so much for joining me today for your May reading and energy update. Sorry I'm a little late getting to my last two readings. I've had so much company out visiting and it's been great fun, but put me a little behind, so my apologies. So what we're going to be doing today, Scorpios, as I focus my channel on growth mindset, I'm going to be asking the cards today, what would be the energy that is most beneficial for you guys to think about releasing this month, right? What's no longer serving you? And we're also going to ask for messages around what would be the highest energy that you should be welcoming in right now. What would be for your highest good to welcome in? And what actions or inspired actions like inspired action or actions that we can take to shift the energy where it feels stagnant or stuck, okay? So that's what we're going to be looking at, and then I'll close out the reading for you with a message from the Moonology deck. And oftentimes I will get sensations in my body or stream of thought in regards to our chakra centers, which is another passion of mine, which really is just our energy centers, and they correlate with different themes within our material world. So I'm going to use all of that to see what the cards want you to know in regards to the energy for May. So let's jump in. I'm going to ask to be a clear channel, connecting only with the energies of unconditional love, the highest of healing, and the utmost wisdom. What is it that my Scorpion friends need to hear in regards to the energy of May? All right, they're general readings, but see what messages come through and how you can use them to affect positive change in your life. All right, let's see what we get. And the first card is the Two of Cups. The second card is the Two of Swords. And the third card, you got a major arcana, and it is the Devil card in its inverse manner. All right, so some cup energy, some sword energy, and a major arcana. So let's jump in and see what we get. We're going to start with what is the energy that needs to be released, right? So you guys have the Two of Cups here. Now, cups are about emotional stability. They're about our love and how we give and receive love, right? So it's about equity within our relationships, and it's also about emotional stability. And this card in particular, the Two of Cups, really brings the message that since it's in what needs to release, is that you need to let go of the relationships and the things in your life that are causing you to not be emotionally stable, right? This card in its highest aspect is about equal reciprocity within our relationships. So that's what you're being called to release. Where, Scorpio, are you putting in more energy and you're not getting the same energy back, okay? So again, cups, right off the bat, cups are kind of making me feel like I really want to talk about our sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra right now is starting to buzz on me a little bit. And so this center, the sacral chakra, is all about emotional stability, right? It's all about our creativity. And it's where your emotions and your creativity kind of merge. So that would be a really beneficial center for you guys to nourish as you really focus on letting go of the relationships, the situations within your life that are not equal in the reciprocity, okay? That's what you're being called to release. Twos, again, are about choices and decisions. So I'd like you guys to think about what are some of the things in your life that are causing emotional instability, and how can we make a shift in that energy to really bring forth more balanced relationships, more equity, and more reciprocity in life, right? All right, so what card showed up in the energy to welcome in? You guys got the Two of Swords here in its inverse manner, right? So in its inverse manner, and this card in particular, Two again, you've got lots of choices and decisions that need to be made, Scorpions. So this card, the Two of Swords, speaks to being at a crossroads, feeling blindfolded, feeling like there's not a good choice, right? And if you see here, the moon is also present here, which shows us in tarot that not everything has been revealed. We don't have all the information yet, right? Coming in its inverse manner, swords represent our communication and our thought processes, right? So even though this card, the energy is about feeling at a crossroads and a standstill, you're being called to really welcome in choices and decisions right now. It's time to stop being stagnant. It's time to not let the clear path ahead of you, because this card speaks to not having a clear path, right? So I want you to welcome in stripping yourself of that blindfold and making a decision. Remember, even though you don't have all the information, even though you don't have all the information currently, it's calling on you to make choices and decisions. So what you are calling to be kind of welcome in right now is balanced choices, balanced decisions. So again, swords, communication, and our mental thought processes, right? So that's the secondary center for you guys, right? I really want you guys to think about where you may be holding on to rose-colored glasses that are keeping you stuck in this indecision, right? Feeling like you can't make a decision and move forward, right? We got a little clue here about in the energy that needs to be released is the energy in your relationships that is not serving you any longer. The energy, the relationships and the situations that leave you feeling drained and that aren't filling you up, right? All right, so far we've got really welcoming in healthy relationships, balanced relationships. We have choices and decisions that you need to welcome in to get the energy moving. You can't stay stuck here, okay? And about inspired actions, to kind of give us a little more clue, the devil came in its inverse manner, right? So the devil card, it's not scary. I know those of you, maybe like myself, I was raised with Catholicism as a foundation. The devil just speaks to energy that is low vibration. It is the energy of the things that chain us and bind us. And again, this is it's very in line with codependent relationships, right? So if we go back to this card here of what to release, it's again codependency, right? Overgiving. You were looking for reciprocity in your relationship, so you are being called to take action about letting go of not only codependent relationships but all things that may bind us, right? This card, the devil card, speaks to addictions. And it can be all kinds of addictions, right? It's not necessarily drugs and alcohol, although that can be a part of the reason if you are dealing with anybody who maybe is struggling right now with addiction. That could be something that is just you're giving too much energy to it and you're not getting anything back. So this card, the energy, the actions that you're being called to is to release the things in your life that bind you and chain you, right? Release codependent relationships, release any kind of addiction or things that are not in moderation right now, right? Like you really need to find some balance. So interesting cards that came out for you guys today, but throat chakra and third eye, when swords show up, are always beneficial to nurture. I want you guys to really think about journaling to get clear. See, where do you hold relationships? The energy to let go of is the energy of not having equal energy exchange within your relationships. The devil card is here. It is really highlighting codependent relationships and addictions currently. And even though all of the information is not here, this card is calling on you to take off your blindfold and make the best decisions you can with the information you have. More will be revealed. Not everything is known yet. So interesting messages and some things for you guys to ponder for May, Scorpios, is where are you maybe giving energy and having some codependent type relationships that need a shift. You need to release that, and you really need to welcome in decisions and choices and taking off the rose-colored glasses, right? That's third eye, right? Sometimes we stay stuck in something because it's what we know, and jumping into the unknown or doing something different seems scary. But the cards are really calling on you to make that shift and to let go of any codependent relationships that are currently causing blocks, stagnation, and obstacles in your life. All right, so you have centers to work on. First being the sacral center, right? That is about emotional stability, and that is about being able to receive joy and pleasure. That center is typically blocked, Scorpions, with feelings of guilt, right? So think where you may hold some feelings of guilt that need a new story, that need to be transformed so you can release yourself from these chains that are binding you. The devil energy is really just that, codependencies, the actions, the habits, the behaviors that really keep us stuck and really keep us from moving forward. All right, guys, let's see what Moonology wants to bring to you guys. And as I mentioned, for your sacral center, or if I haven't mentioned, I should say, leaning into creativity right now is a really good way to nurture that center, however that looks for you. Painting, coloring, decorating, whatever's you need to bring more joy and more fun into your life, and to let go of those relationships and situations that are binding you and keeping you stuck. All right, let's see what Moonology, what can they shed? What message from Moonology can close out this message for you guys today? What is it that my Scorpion friends need to hear for their highest good? All right, and let's see with Moonology, guys. You got a new romantic cycle begins. Yeah, this is really, really heavily screaming codependent relationships. You feel stuck. You feel like there's not a path forward. You may not have all the answers, but it's time to make some choices and decisions to release the codependencies, to release the chains that are binding you. So I love that Moonology came right in to back up this reading, right? A new romantic cycle begins. Where can you change where you are giving your love, and how can you let go of the codependencies and the overgiving, and really foster relationships that fill you up? All right, guys, major arcana here. New romantic cycle begins. Drop those relationships that are codependent right now. Make the decisions and the choices to free yourself from this stagnant energy. And 2 is the beginning phases. So you are welcoming in the decisions and the choices that are going to free you from these types of relationships, habits, and that devil energy, right? That energy of just the things that keep us stuck and aren't healthy. All right, my beautiful friends, you're all spectacular creatures. So you have 3 centers: sacral, lean into creativity; throat center, really start journaling and getting clear about maybe what lies you may be telling yourself, right? That's what blocks our throat chakra, the lies we tell ourselves, or the rose-colored glasses that we keep on to keep us in unhealthy situations because we're afraid to try something new. All right, beautiful Scorpios, have a great May, and I look forward to connecting with you guys next month. Take care.